Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to be installing, I think it's going to be very necessary for at the track. Some of the guys at the track already don't use this stuff just yet, but I'm trying to do more a full out track worthy style setup to make sure everything works flawlessly with no hiccup, no over temp issues. I'm just very cautious with a lot of stuff. So let me show you what I'm getting started. And right now I basically already mocked it up. I already drilled out some holes to put these mounts in for this oil cooler I'm going to use it for my engine. It's not a transmission cooler, it's actually going to be engine. And one reason why I have it laid out like this instead of like elongated style, because if you think about it, when you put fluid in the system, you want to have it go all the way, naturally, just gradually, like you're in like a waterfall. It's easy. It has less issues with causing like pockets to slosh around and lose oil temperature, pressure, psi into the system, and when especially going to cornering or anything like that, this will help eliminate some of the issues like that. And just letting you know, this might be small. This is a 10-row oil cooler. I might do something bigger later on. Just this is going to get me started. I might put like a 12, 14, whatever, 16, but this is going to be the proper way to set up, because fluid would naturally want to go down and just go gradually go right back to the engine with no hiccup issues of slosh. So I bought this on Amazon. You might say it's Amazon or eBay junk and stuff like that. I'm very precautious with stuff I buy anyways. This is basically a very good quality oil cooler, just how I found. Looks very identical to other good quality aftermarket companies design. So this is what I basically laid out. I already made like a two L-end brackets for the bottom. Now I just need to put one up to the top so this doesn't flux around. So I'm going to bolt into this little hole, this bolt right here, and make a nice about 120 degree angle bracket just to hold this stable. So let me get this started and I'll show you what I have next. All right, I got this. It's basically in a hardware store. It's basically nickel coated. Is it nickel? Nickel zinc coated. Basically, it's basically like for like any type of like wood base, but it has decent amount of hardness, thickness. What I just need to keep this stable. What I'm gonna do is preform it and mark it where I need to cut and drill a couple holes that really need to be sitted for. I'm going to try to mark it where I need to put this in alignment, so of the angle. I'm going to naturally just going to bend this right there so it's right on line, and so I can just mark the lines with the holes. Kind of looks really close with this hole right here, so I'm just going to mark it right off the side and make sure it's lined up. And after I have it bent, and see where the position is, because I have to make not just one but two holes right here in alignment. All right, now I actually finished this bracket and everything. You can see I used the original hole that was actually from this plate, and I drilled an extra hole right here. All right, now I have it all tightened down up top. Right now it's solid, no flexing or anything. That's going to work very good for me. Now I'm going to go start doing the lines. All right, I got both of the hoses off right now. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. This is going to be the bottom, actually top inlet. So I marked which one it would be for the top and bottom, and I made a little cross thing where I'm going to cut. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to use to cut it with it too. For wiring cutting, so what it's going to do is this inner lip, the inner section right here, not the inner like the edging, just like the dead center is where you're going to need to be cut exactly, so it has an even marker. So I'm going to cut this really quick and show you what it looked like after I get done cutting. Before I just start doing anything, I cannot use this hose right here with the new AN fittings because I totally didn't look at the full description really quick. I just went grab and go, and yeah, so I got the wrong fittings for this hose. So I decided to get AN fittings because it has a higher temperature rating and a higher pressure rating than a stock hose. This is a rubber inlet hose with steel windings around it. So it's okay for like street driving, but if you're racing, you definitely want to get something higher temperature. So let me get started with this. And this is the oil sandwich plates that came with the oil cooler kit. I just want to show you what it looks like. Yeah, you probably say, oh, it's just some crappy design. It's not too bad design, honestly. Is if you're running like full out running all the time. But I recommend like to me, a better quality material. I mean, seeing material is really good no matter what, but the O-ring and everything, I would say they could have been a little bit better. I would probably use like more like an oil filter flat ring, flat rubber ring to get a better seal. And it'll last longer without this. If this O-ring goes bad on the track, you're losing oil pressure and you're losing your engine. So just so you know, I'm not using this just because I got a different material, different item to put on. This is like a $35 thing on Amazon. I got something more worthy. This is Vibrant's oil sandwich plate thermostatic. The way I say static is because it does temperature differences. And I got all these fittings in here. See a nice box that fit everything. I just want to show you what it looks like before I install it. So it's basically the same type of look and size and everything as it, but this actually has a thermal differences on it. It has a different type of O-ring on it, and in here, this has a like a thermal sensor, sensor by temperatures. It regulates by temperature differences. And what I think I see in here is good for this thing will open up 185 degrees. So you want to make sure everything is tight before you install everything, especially its fittings and everything, just in case, because you never knew it might lose oil pressure. So this is really good for at track and just a daily use. Let me show the black cat. Sorry. These little fittings right here, it's good to put like sensors in it, like temperature, oil pressure, and everything, whatever you need to put on it. So give you a good heads up. So yeah, this is basically going to do the exact same thing but more. And this is this is $150 right here, and this is what, $35. So it's a big differences in same material roughly, it's same weight. But this is what I'm going to be using because it has a better understanding of daily and versus track. It's like, say if I'm driving around, cruising around, I don't need the oil cooler to open up. Just daily around, and as soon as I'm getting downshifting at the track, whatever, this will start opening up and start helping cooling the oil down by the oil cooler. So this is what I'm going to be using right now. And these are the adapters to fit with the oil filter and all. I'll give you like a demo. This is the mobile one. So this one's going to be sit against the engine with this green O-ring against it. And this O-ring's going to fit right against this. But first I have to put the adapters on here, and this is a special lock to hold this these in place so it doesn't come loose. They say you need to torque it down and everything. I don't know what the exact torque specs for it just yet. 45 foot-pounds. So just to let you know, 45 foot-pounds where it needs to be tightened down to. And I got a tool and everything, and before you install everything, lube your O-rings from the fittings, from the hose, everything, so it doesn't dry rot or cause cracks or creases and cause oil pressure loss. So just that's to give you an idea what this was going to look like. Bam, bam, thank you ma'am. So let's get this started. Alright, before I install the vibrant sandwich plate, just have to make sure you put this lock-in piece in first. Like this is going towards the engine. This is going to go right in between the sandwich plate and the adapter. So it goes like this. As soon as you fit it on exactly, make sure you put some oil around the ring so it doesn't go bad, and install it like this. Alright, I want to just show you what it looks like. Alright, just wanted to show you what it looks like right here. I just want to show you what it looks like, right? I got a torque down and everything of this thing. Now I just need the little tab in here. I need to bed it in so it's nice and flat. And you can see these end leans are already in position. I just need to put the oil filter on. Now just need to tighten everything. Put your before you put your oil filter on, always lube the ring and fill this up though too with oil. Don't want to run it dry. All right, this is going to be the out, and this is going to be the in. So I'm going to have to install the one-way valve this way on top, going in. Ugh, almost lost it for a second. Let me get down there. Alright, got a little hand snug. Now I need to use my hand tool and tighten it up. Alright, now I got the other side cut to match what I need from my template I use on the rubber style one. Now I already got the other piece in here, so I don't have to worry about forgetting about it. So now I'm going to put this little collar piece in between the nylon and the outer coating, so it sits in fully. I'm going to do the same principle as trying to get it fully seated much as I could. Got fully seated. Now I can put this part onto here on this section. So you just make sure when you put it on, you put on this collar piece, so it fits right on. All right, now I got the piece on the side, so now I'm just going to put some lube inside of here and on here, and push against it, and hopefully it will be nice and tight. I guess you just need a little bit just to get in there. All right. just like that. Fits right against the threading right here. Now I just need to put this on. Looks pretty, just like the other side. Alright, before I start these lines and everything, I'm going to kind of explain what I'm going to do with these. This is called a one-way valve for the oil cooler system. Reason why I'm going to use this to help keep the oil in the system without lost it into like a dry pocket in the lines or in the oil cooler, so it keeps it contained into the oil system without having dry starvation, especially a dry startup or change the oil and stuff like that. So this kind of helps it keep it sustained and make sure there's oil in the system, so you can get a nice drive, especially in the corners or something like that. Whatever you're planning to do with the car, I would recommend to install one of these for it's a safe benefit for the engine. A double female adapter, so I'm gonna have to put it this way. There's an arrow on here that actually tells you where to go. So I'm gonna have to feed it on this side in so I can put this onto the sandwich plate. And should be ready to go. Got the lines all ready, and let me get this on for you and show you what it looks like. All right, now I had to get a new fitting because this fitting, the threading was bad on this, so I had to order a new one. I even went up to Summit Racing, but I got the wrong one. So I decided to order online and came in within 1 day. It's awesome how responsive some of these shipment timings are compared to going to the store and you have to wait for 2-3 days if they actually have one in stock. So although like going to Summit Racing, it is like a half an hour drive from where I live, but I don't feel like driving there again just because it'll take me a lot longer, especially if I have to go back this direction. I'll spend like over an hour just one way, so not worth it to me. So now I'm going to put the lines in, replace the line, I reattach the line to do fitting. Now I'm going to fill up the line and the cooler so I can get it properly set without having it dry. All right, now I already did the bottom line. Now I'm doing the cooler so it fills in. I put this little oil pad in here so it doesn't seep all over the place. So, and I got this little fancy thing from like AutoZone. You can go to Harbor Freight. It's just a pump you hook up to a bottle of oil, transmission fluid. You can do it both ways. Right, I'm using it for automotive, so I can fill this in and just pump away until it starts dripping out. So I'll show you what it looks like. The thing, there it goes. It stops right there. Alright, so I'm going to take this out really quick. I'm going to just stick in the tube right here and feed it in. I'm going to bring it up a little bit so it gets a nice and fluid in there. You can see that. There you go. Hook up to the oil cooler. Get this out of the way really quick. Okay. Should be set. And let's go from there. I'm basically going to be checking for leaks really quick, just in case for anything. Everything is running very well, no leaks that I can really witness, but I will be driving it around the city. But I was actually, if I had more time, like a week or so, to actually see if there's any leaks going on, I would probably drive it down to Mid-Ohio for Grid Life or to show out the guys I'm with. But the current time frame, it's actually a Friday right now, and it's basically, I don't know, like 2 o'clock by now, afternoon. I'm not going to take a chance to drive it down there and see if there's a leak starts showing up, and I have to take everything apart just to get to it. So my best chance is just drive around town, see if there's anything comes about in it. But everything with the car, it's very good, except for there is a transmission seal leak from the axle, or the drain plug gasket, crush washer. It looks like it's leaking one of those airs, so that's another reason why I'm not really going to be driving down there at this moment, because yeah, this is my car. It's my project car, and I'm never going to sell this car unless they give me like $1 million, but it's not. There's no chance. So I'm going to keep this car basically the rest of my life. So it's basically my passion to keep on pushing myself with this car and my goals. So please, if you can, to subscribe, follow, and if you see me at Grid Life, if you actually do see me on Mid-Ohio, say what's up. I probably will say what's up if I recognize you, one of the guys I'm hanging out with. I will be making a video clip on that, so just give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you.